Now
It is.
let me
Yeah.
a part of these points, 12 out of what? What is it? 12 out of what?
I
No,
think 10
10
out
out
of
of
12
10
4.
out
for
of 12.
now.
Sean Longstaff is in a difficult position at the Newcastle United right now. I mean, he's won. Um, I mean, he's been part of this team. He gave us a goal against Forest in a bold move by Eddie Howe. He's a local lad. I don't know why people keep saying he's a local lad. If that's going to make him play any better, but it is a part of the description of his. Um, but obviously, he's came under fire for his role against in the Wolves' goal and just the whole season, and even last season, not playing well. Is the criticism of Longstaff fair, unfair, or fair, or fair, but sometimes goes overboard? Yeah, I want to know because in this unbelievable start that we have right now, he seems to. I mean, obviously, you have to look at every team and every conversation, which is impossible. But I mean, I don't know. I don't remember really a team that's really performing this well. Like I don't know about Arsenal right now. They've had similar start, literally similar start than us.
Well, Arsenal
I don't.
certainly had a similar start last season
Well,
because
hold on.
Arsenal were playing
Yeah.
advanced last
Let me
season.
finish my point before you get on and then go on something that I wasn't even intended to talk about. So right now, Arsenal are we got the same start as we have. I don't see Arsenal fans criticizing anybody in their squad to the lengths that people are criticizing the Longstaff now. Which listen, I don't think he's a starter. Um, and I certainly don't agree with Mighty Win saying that as long as you keep getting points is good because that you're settling for less. What if you actually put a real proper midfielder? What would happen then? Right?
Well,
We'll
we
probably
don't know.
win easier. Well, we don't know, so we'll never know, according to you. You know,
Not as long as we're getting
so
results.
I think that's a very simplistic way of looking at it, looking at football. I think it's deeper than that. But however, it's the criticism that I see in the media and even Roy's been really deep. I say things how it is. I tell people straight to their face. You've been very, very critical of Longstaff to the point where you've called him out his name with
Yeah.
colorful adjectives. But it happens all the time, and even
Mainly
worse
Brown.
even worse on X on social media. So is he that bad of a footballer for us? Is the criticism fair for Longstaff?
Yes.
It
But
is whilst you have better players available to you.
yeah.
Last season was different because we didn't have anybody to come in for him. This season, there is no excuse for accepting
Yeah.
the performances that he's been putting in. I'm not saying they're absolutely terrible, but they're not much better than that. He
Yeah.
isn't doing, other than running the yards, he isn't doing the things that a midfielder should be doing: tackling, intercepting, passing, especially forward passing. So, yeah, I think the criticism is fair. He's been the weak link in the team so far.
Yeah, the
And
criticism is fair,
noticeable,
but well, what?
we were getting beat while he was on the pitch against Forest. He was replaced and we won the game. And that's the bottom line.
Now let me. Well, Roy said if criticism is fair. You say criticism is fair. I think criticism overall is fair. The extra stuff could be toned down a little bit, when we
Yeah,
get
I've not
into.
called them that dog shit anymore. I haven't said that for months.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about you specifically. I mean, all over,
Mm.
in social media. I mean, it gets crazy.
I've stopped
Uh,
in the last game. I've said nothing about him. I said I blamed Eddie. So
well,
my
and
anger wasn't
deservedly so, to
towards
be
him.
honest.
Yeah, it was about
And
Eddie. Why do you play him? Because we know he's not good enough, and I just can't repeat it. But
right.
Eddie, you put him back on,
Well, yeah, yeah, you're
and
right.
everyone was right at the end because he came off, team changed, we won. So there was the weak link there.
Yeah.
And you know what? Actually,
In
I'm 100% sure Longstaff himself knows he underperformed in that game. Because if you watch the players
Well,
after the game in the tunnel,
it's not just
everyone
about
was
one game.
happy, and he just walked. He walked out straight to the room.
But see,
Well, even if you watch his face, which they focused on actually,
Yeah,
on the TV coverage, when they scored, you know, you looked at his face there, and he says he knew that was his fault.
yeah.
Even though a lot of people are trying to say that there was a lot of things went on afterwards, which is true. You know, he knew it stemmed from him.
Mm-hmm.
He can improve his game, but he just has to work hard after training by himself.
But
which is obvious. I can tell he's not doing any of that.
the thing here is the Mighty Winds theory is already debunked, been debunked, and has no
Which
foundation.
particular theory is this?
No foundation whatsoever. It's a bunch of bollocks, cow bollocks, that I smell every day when I drive through here. Man, there's a lot of cow
dung.
Which particular theory is this?
The theory that you think that because we get the results, Longstaff, he's justified, because the fact that Harvey Barnes and Tonali, who replaces him, come on, and immediately we win the game. We actually not win it. We tie it and win it. It just tells you right there.
And was that not what I said?
You didn't say that, because you said as long as you keep the results, Eddie's justified in putting them on the pitch. No, you're not. He's not justified whatsoever, because every time he's on the pitch, and obviously on that particular goal, they went up. He did make them. Now I do agree that it is a long way to our goal before that happens. So at some point you got to, because this is my point of this question: is the criticism fair? Because I pointed out, and as everybody watching the game pointed out, that he made a mistake, and I was like, "Damn it, Longstaff, poor pass." Right? Clear. Everybody sees that. However, we don't point out the fact that Dan Barry got nutmegged, and he could have actually tactical fouled the guy off when he was following. I forgot who the guy was running with the ball. Fabian Schär, all defenders are looking at the ball. Fabian Schär gets his back eaten by Lamina, by himself, to push on the ball. No.
That was a genius.
Every coach tells you the first thing that defenders do all the time is pay attention to the ball and follow the ball instead of paying attention to who they need to pay attention to, which is the defender, or the attacker behind them or next to him, whatever. So there was a lot of mistakes in that particular play. But the fact that, and now after 40-something hours after, the immediate reaction is, Longstaff, you imbecile. Longstaff, you infidel. Roy wanted to hang him. Yeah, it's just, we always go to that.
No. My criticism of Longstaff was there's no criticism at all for attempting a forward pass, which, had it got through, would have been a very, very good chance. A very good chance if the ball hadn't been intercepted. My criticism for Longstaff is that, having been beaten, the man goes past him and he turns and starts tracking the man. He's catching him up, but then instead of following the man, he goes goes across to the player to his right, who's already being marked by two black and white shirts, or blue and red shirts as they were then.
I agree that he doesn't do the following.
It's there, man. It's there. He hasn't got the brain.
Well, he's
and
not
if he
there.
continues to run with that guy, he doesn't get the chance to be involved in the goal, even though his only involvement was the step over after he passes the ball to the wing. Then it's down to Dan Burn. Dan Burn's job is to stop that winger getting into the box, to create a chance, to slow him down as much as he can, to give everybody else a chance to get back, which he does. But by then, Sean is already so far behind the play that they're left with two men in the middle against three Wolves players.
Yeah.
And you can argue Tino was too slow getting back as well.
Hall was really slow.
That's why Fabian Schär was was between two pillars. Which one do I mark? The kid on the right's about to cross the ball. Do I mark the kid who's nearest to receive the pass, or do I mark the kid behind us? You can't mark them both.
Hull
Enough,
was
it was
too
Bruno.
far up
It
the
was
field.
Bruno who made up the most ground, having started from the furthest back, and he was the nearest one to get.
I was gonna say for the end, but James Thatcher said Bruno was more to blame for that goal than Longstaff. Watch the replay again, but you gotta explain because we're not gonna watch the replay right now. So explain what you think.
I've watched it a million times.
So well, James Thatcher has his own opinion in his way of looking at it. So explain, James Thatcher, what you think happened there. Bruno hasn't been playing great. That's a fact.
No. So what I'm saying is, it wasn't entirely down to Longstaff, that goal.
It wasn't.
It was down to a combination of errors.
Exactly, and you know, clearly Longstaff should have done better. He had a clear pass on the right side. I forgot who it was. He didn't get it.
Yeah,
he tried to do the difficult pass.
3 options.
However, where he loses it could be where a striker loses the ball. And if a striker cannot lose the ball and we get scored on every time, there's something wrong. Something's wrong. Because the striker will lose the ball, a 10 will lose the ball, a winger will lose the ball. If we can't defend that, there was a lot of errors happening. But Dom,
it was a very good move as well. You know, the whole move was a very good move, and it was rapid.
Yeah,
and you know,
if we did that,
you've got to give them a bit of credit as well.
Oh, of course.
I'll tell you what.
Every single goal you'll ever see scored comes down to a mistake somewhere along the line.
Dom, you were saying
by the defenders.
No, I mean everyone's talking about fault in the Wolves goal, right? But the first thing, to be honest, the first thing I saw as Wolves was advancing, just a second or 2 seconds before the goal, was I saw Lewis Hall jogging.
Yeah,
because if you see the replay, I think Lewis Hall should have been faster back. He should have at least gone back full steam. Because he should have helped Danburn, because he should have gone full steam ahead long before the cross could have been sent out. But he was jogging. Even when Danburn was covering the winger, Hall was jogging. So right there and then, where it was, the lads and I were watching the game, we were screaming at the TV because we're going like, Hall, like, why are you jogging? So actually, the first person we all saw was Lewis Hall not covering the ground he was supposed to cover just before the goal. He was jogging
he wasn't because Danburn went to that.
The point is that was in shot at the time.
By the way,
what was out of shot was Livramento, who'd also gone forward on the other side, also not
exactly what I was going to point out, because I did blame Shar, and I do need to keep my blame on Shar, because he was going to get a 4 for me because of that numpty mistake, but he scored the equalizer, so I want to give him a 7. But also Livramento, at least Shar can say, which he knew where Lemina was, Shar, because when he felt Lemina, the ball went past, he immediately went, without looking, went for the dive, trying to block Lemina's shot. So he knew where he was at. But Livramento was clearly facing Lemina, running back, and he just disregarded and didn't think the ball was going to go through. He should have been on there. By the way, I'm looking at Longstaff. He did run back. So
well, he did eventually, but it was too late because he'd lost the ground going to the right and then having to come back in. But the thing about that is, don't forget, at half time, it wasn't just Longstaff who was replaced.
It was Harry Barnes came on, and Willock.
No, it was Joe Linton.
Yeah,
Joe Linton came for
J7.
Which, by the way, J7 also
stinker.
J7 also had a play where he gave up the ball and he just stood there.
Yep.
Yeah,
he literally stood there and he let it roll like it was an unbelievable play. I was like, what the hell is going on here? It almost felt like a dead ball play, where the referee blows the whistle.
Yeah.
So, but again, nobody talks about that. You see what I'm saying? So there is something there.
No, but you know why? Because Joe Linton, this happens once every 5 or 6 games. Longstaff, this happens 9 out of 10 games.
Yeah, you can say that.
Underperforming. And really, all that's left is it's him and Miggy. The rest, like remember Dan Burn, we used to slate him last year on the left. Now on in centre midfield, centre defence, barely does any mistakes.
The biggest
No
problem,
more
well,
criticism.
the biggest conundrum that we have with this situation about Longstaff is that he is in the final year of his contract at Newcastle. His current deal expires in the summer of 25, which means that the club need to make a decision on whether he stays or goes.
Technical decision or financial decision?
I don't know what he's getting paid. What is he getting paid right now?
About 60 or something. I'm not
60?
sure.
One about
Oh,
A week?
One about
How much
Longstaff.
does he get paid? Yeah, I think it's about 60.
60 is
or
quite.
something.
It's. I don't think he plays like 60 to me, man.
Yeah,
Who gave him that
well, I don't
contract?
know.
But
That was signed when a year after it was rumored that Man U wanted him.
right.
We could have sold him for about 50 million.
Shout out to the one in
Which
I
Davey.
wish
Davey
we
T
did.
just became a member. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. You'll be able to enjoy your emojis. We got emojis for everybody. I got a lot of Roy emojis. Young emoji, retro Roy. He didn't have a
With
beard. He had a
hair.
lot of hair. He was a few pounds. You know, but we're not going to talk about that. We got a lot of Roy, but
Sean Longstaff
in a lot of shows, by the way.
50 grand a week plus bonuses.
50,
Okay.
What is the bonus?
Well, it doesn't say what the bonuses are.
He's not going to get any bonuses, is he? Now,
it?
bonuses performance related. Performance related.
It's from it'll be
appearance.
season related performances. In other words, there'll be a payment for everybody if they get Champions League or European or win a cup or whatever.
In other words, nout.
No, but there's a positioning.
He could be getting a lot of bonus this year, Bunny lad.
Yeah. So that's that is because he is often the subject of criticism from fans. And Dan Barrow recently wrote in the club's matchday program that Longstaff gets too much flack from supporters. He said ahead of the Tottenham game, he said he gets burned, in quote, he gets some stick that he doesn't deserve, but internally we love him and he does a massive job for the team. Everybody says that too. You know, they don't specify what the job is, the massive job. But what is your take on that? Do we need to renew Longstaff's contract?
Yes.
What financially? Yes.
Yes, he says, just like that.
Well, are you going to give him away for nothing instead of getting 15 million for him?
You think somebody's paying 15 million for Longstaff, man?
Easy.
Maybe 4 or 5 clubs at the bottom.
15 million's nothing.
15 million to.
We'll have to work
let me just say,
15 million for a player who gets 8 Premiership goals a season. That
15 million.
15 million.
15 million for Luton. That is probably the club he would go to, or Leicester, or
but
you know what I mean. They don't have $15 million for Longstaff, man. That would be their best ever signing.
Any Premiership club has $15 million.
No, you think again? Luton is not in the championship. Is in the championship now, but they were in the Premier League last season. Do you think they got 15 million to spend on Longstaff?
No, not in the championship. Well,
not in the championship.
Yeah, but they were in the Premier League last season, so they got money.
Exactly.
Or some money. So
Ipswich have been in for him.
You think Ipswich
Leeds
will pay
in for him.
You think Ipswich will pay 15 million? Anybody in the chat? Come on, man.
Blackpool.
Please, man. Blackpool. I'm like
Wimbledon. I know why.
Wimbledon.
No, Blackpool go for him. Steve Bruce likes him. So you never know.
He
ruined his career.
Yeah. Thing is, there's you have to think about Longstaff and his agent. Agent's gonna be like,
8 goals a season for Longstaff is quite a stretch, mighty win. That's what he got last season.
But that's not every season. You mentioned it as if it was every season.
That's it.
You can't. Why do you say per season? You see, again, you're losing the plot, man.
Well, you know, you're as good as your last meal, aren't you?
He's not going to get.
How many did he score the previous season? How many has he scored this season so far? to say he's in line.
I bet it's more than what you think.
So you know,
no, this season 0 so far. Last season was 8. Season before, I don't know, 5. It's around there.
I'll find out in a minute. 2 seconds.
That was our finishing 4th season. So that was 22-23. About 5.
It's a different thing. But you said because of financial reason, because you want to make money off of him, you will renew his contract.
The club
that means you gotta make it better, or just keep it the same, which is unheard of for today's.
yeah, because his agents are not going to be happy with keeping it 50 a week, so they're going to try to. They're going to try to get him on a 4-year. How old is he now? 27. So at least another 3-year extension. So it'll be finished in 2030. No, not 20. Wait, 25. What's it? When 24, 25, 6, 7, 8. 2028 probably.
Yeah.
They'll want it to finish 28, and they'll want to increase his wages up to 60, 70,000.
Wow.
For us, that'll be a disaster because
you see what I'm saying. So it's not an easy decision, man.
Yeah, because the higher you make his wages,
the harder
what he gives,
the harder to get rid of him. The harder. That's what I'm saying. You guys talking about money as if that's going to help us. No, because you try to sell a 70 million target. You try exactly. You try to sell a 70,000 a week Longstaff. He would be, in my opinion, he is a lower Premier League squad player. So you gonna tell me what player at Leicester? I don't know if Vardy. He's a legend though. How much does he get paid a week? Probably around that. If he's a legend, maybe.
I'm sure he had a pay cut when they went down or something. But
you see what I'm saying? But that is unheard of.
He's on almost.
He scores it against every team. He's
15, 20 goals a season. Still.
So you know it's not. That's why you cannot just say, "Well, I wouldn't let him go for nothing," because how much money are you going to lose trying to get rid of him? Unless he is part of the future plan, Dom.
Yeah.
Dom didn't go for it.
Dom, it's your turn, mate. Because everybody's sick of me and Win.
No, I'm sorry, because there was a bit of glitch. I was just wondering, there's a bit of a glitch. I couldn't see all 4 of you. I mean, I couldn't see everyone. So was it just me, or was it everyone?
I think it was
Ari, man.
Ari.
This is.
Oh, sorry. Then
it's
probably just me, because there's a bit of a glitch. Yeah, sorry. Could you repeat the question, please?
No, what do you think?
Your microphone's on mute.
Should we renew Should we renew Longstaff?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. He's definitely not a starter, but I think we need him as a backup. We need him as muscle. We need him as just a hard-working central guy, defensive midfielder.
He's got no muscle, man. It's only muscles in his ass. He even starts to. It's actually, you know what pisses me off about him now more? He dives a lot. He's been diving a lot as well.
Yeah, he's been diving a lot.
I would only renew him to be able to sell him.
And that's gonna be a tough assignment. But you say renew him, right? So because you think he's a squad player and he should be.
Yeah.
Drop his wages. I tell you what I'll do. Drop his wages to 40 and renew him for 3 years. He'll be gone next year.
All right, we got to move on. And we're going to get into some of your comments pretty soon. So, oh, wow. James Cuffs' Vardy is on 140 a week.
The beauty of it, the question you asked before, Chris, was, so he's a Geordie, dolly. I'm telling you, if you want to offer Sean a 1-year renewal at the tool, he would take it. He would take it. You wouldn't need to offer him the 3-year deal.
Yeah.
You could offer him a 1-year deal and he would.
And then so you got to sell him now then? So you got to sell him.
No.
Sign a new contract because we're going to sell him. Yeah, but you got to sell him in that year or else he's going to be free again. And you're going to be doing the same thing every year.
Yeah, but you know what I will do? Give him something give Sean something to fight for. So you give him just 1 year and say, look, we're giving you 1 more year. The club's moving forward beyond your abilities. Have a fight and try to prove yourself. And it might work good for him.
Yeah. All right, we gotta move fast.
You can't teach old dogs new tricks, so I don't think it's gonna get any better.
No. All right.